everyone, it's Warren here from NQ Explorers on another adventure. Today I'm obviously not on a Land Rover. I'm heading south in a hire car. I've got about a 4-hour drive ahead of me, and the site I'm heading to is a Depression era shanty town. It was occupied by obviously poverty-stricken families affected by the Great Depression, 1929-1930, and it kind of lingered on up till the Second World War. Easy access, it's public land. We're going to have a scratch around and see what these people left behind. Now, probably self-evident that they didn't have much money, so there mightn't be any coins there at all, but there might be some nice relics from the 1930s, 1940s, 1950s period, I'm hoping. So I'll be back with you when I get to the site, and we'll have a look around and see what relics we can recover from that historic old shanty town. See you back soon. Right, I've just arrived at the old Depression era shanty bag town, and just walking in, I've got my first relic really. You can see here some old crockery, so I'm definitely on the spot. There's bits of beer bottle and that sort of thing around too. I'm going to head up into that area, turn on the AT Max, and we'll start digging some targets together. Well, this is the landscape we're dealing with. It's long grass and lantana, so I've ditched the shorts for some long strides. Protect me a little bit from the from this grass. Any Joe Blakes that might be in here, I'll just make a bit of noise and vibration so that they clear out. It's late winter, there probably won't be any red belly blacks in here, but you never know. On we go. Well, this is interesting. I know this place is quite well known and documented, and there's detector holes here. There's one just here. I checked it, and the it hadn't been filled in. The previous detectorist left a bottle top there. I walked 2 paces this way. This is max at its best with that little 5x8 slamming signal. 5 inches down, I get a coin. How did they miss this? Oh, even better, it's a medallion. It's a medallion. That is awesome. Could be one of those end of World War II ones, maybe. I think it is. Wow, that is, like, that's very satisfying. I love coming to these places that people say, oh, I'll turn it out. Come in here just to prove to myself that there's not. Okay, let's we'll clean this up with a bit of a bush clean and see what it is. Well, is that fine? It's the yes, it is the World War II Victory Medallion. I have a number of these, quite a number actually. Colin and I dug many over the years. I believe it was given to school children at the end of the hostilities in 1945, which, you know, this was established in the late 20s and sort of lingered on into the 50s. So the family was here. One of the children was given this medal at school and dropped it on the dirt floor, I'd say. There's no concrete around, so they were just corrugated iron shacks with dirt floors. I'll clean this up and get some still shots so you can see what it looks like. Here's my next target. It's I think, a doorknob. No, it's not. What is it? It's a nice brass domed object full of dirt, but oh, it's off centre and it's got a hanging loop on it. Oh, wait a minute, there's something inside here. Wire filament. Okay, oh, here we go. No, it's fabric. It's got a fabric inside. Wire mesh, actually. There you go, you can see it, but it's wire mesh with a hanging hook and an off-centre light. Looks like a little eyeball light, but I don't think it'd be that. I wonder what that can be. Nice if someone can identify that for me. I'll clean it up and see if there's any makers' names on it. It's an unusual old relic. Interesting little spot here. We've got glass, we've got ceramics, we've got the remnants of an old coal fire, which would be typically what was used for heating and cooking here. I've got a lovely 87, 88 here. I've started digging it. I thought, oh no, we'll go with a live dig. I'm nearly out to the target now. Let's pinpoint that to demonstrate it. Right there, it's an 88. Not going to be iron this one, but could be a large object, like a doorknob or something, I don't know. It could be this. Big piece of copper. And that's what it'll be. On the side of the hole. Bit of scrap copper. Well, there's just targets everywhere. I mean, the area was occupied for quite a long time by a large number of families. I just got this. Oh, incidentally, I think that last target might have been a harmonica reed, a big harmonica reed on further study, or something maybe out of an accordion, I'm not sure. Beautiful brass buckle. I'd say it's horse tack, not belt buckle, but nice big target, 88, 89. So there's plenty of good quality brass in that. Probably dates from the 1930s or earlier. I'm just in amongst the bracken fern. I've got this lovely, what I believe to be a lady's belt buckle. It's a 66 solid repeatable signal on max, not as large as the other one, hence less conductivity, lowest target ID. But that's a nice little buckle. It's a bit of a shape to it. Good one. Yeah, there's a lot of shallow detector scrapes, people digging bottle tops and leaving them there and not filling in the holes, I might add. I don't know if they're using a low-end machine, they're not getting any depth. Because I've got targets everywhere in here. It's got a nice old relic up in here. It's a, I think, looks like either a hinge or a latch off a trunk, a steamer trunk or something like that. So, it wouldn't have much security in here, so you would have locked things up, wouldn't you? Oh no, I think it's a cupboard latch. Off, you know, a bit of furniture or something. That's quite old, actually. Nice. Nice old relic. Oh, it looks to me about 1930s, that style, I'm not sure. Tell you what, there's some glass in the ground here. Mum would need a good supply of band-aids for the kids. But this is kind of typical of what I'm getting here. You get bits of glass and ceramic coming out. This was the target I just dug. It's an old screw-top bottle. But look what was in with it. It's awesome old glass marble. Only half of it. It's a shooter too. Would have been well used by the boys. So these are the simple games they had in the old shanty town before iPads. Fantastic bit of history, that. But that played a few games of marbles. Actually, the storm's predicted this afternoon. I hope I get through this before they arrive. But doesn't matter, all my gear's waterproof. I don't mind getting wet. Let's go up a bit further into the scrub here. We've got a nice repeatable target. We'll dig it live. Okay, just above the head of that Garrett retriever pick, I've got a good solid repeatable 76. Now the bottle tops tend to give you a variation in the tone roll audio. You can tell as the audio is a bit scrappy off the edges. This one's solid. I'm setting myself up for failure, but let's see what this is. It's a more repeatable quality target. Right there. Then the bottle tops, but may well be another bottle top. Got to dig those though. You don't know what's going to come out of this place. Given the fact that they were living on dirt floors, gives you a great potential for old relics. We like to film the army camps when they've got just tents and dirt floors. Okay, got a vision there in the heap. We'll pro point this one, see what comes up. Get the grass out of there. Oh, look at this, not a bottle top, it's an old lipstick. Well, the ladies were dressing up, that's nice. It's an old lipstick, oh, beg your pardon, an old lipstick tube. I wonder if that's got a maker's name on it, it's pretty old. Nice one. I just dug what I think was an alloy lady's hair clip, like a 1950s type hair clip. I didn't show you that, but up in here I've got a good solid 80 signal, very repeatable and very consistent target ID. I dug it out of the hole. I'm not 100% live here, so what we'll do, we'll just show you the target ID. You can hear there's no tone roll, it's very clean. I haven't revealed this target here, I don't know what it is. Yeah, that 80, awesome. Don't think it's a bottle top. Let's go in with the pro pointer. See what we come up with. Okay, it's a fitting of some sort. That's why it's such a good signal. maybe a water fitting, I'm not sure. Well, anyway, that's definitely the target. Just spec this nice bottle here. It looks to be complete. It's some sort of little lotion and potion bottle, eh? Got a flat back and a rounded front. Don't know if there's any embossing or writing on it. Appears to be a screw top, so it's not, clearly it's not 19th century, but dates from the time of the old shanty town. Nice. Well, the storm's passing just to our north. Bit of a thunderclap and a little bit of precipitation, but it's all good. I've got my detector hung up in this bit of prickly scrub. The retriever picks down in there where the target came. I've got a 90 in there, and this is the reward you get for pushing into this country that no one goes into, this really thick scrub. Check this out. It's a double-decker red London bus. The relics don't get any better than that. I better check the rest of it's there. It's an old corgi, I'd say, or a match. It's big, looks like it could be bigger than a matchbox. I think it's still got the writing on the side. That'll be either 40s or 50s, probably 50s. What a ripper of a relic. The poor little bloke that lost that, he'd be heartbroken. Oh well, it's safe for posterity. Okay, we've lost the Leyland or AEC engine off the front. I'll just check the ground, see if there's any more parts of this there. We've got the body, we haven't got the chassis. What a ripper of a relic. Yeah, it's got another personal find, toiletries akin to the lipstick. It's the top of an old safety razor. Not sure if it's branded, it'll be a Chic or a Gillette, I guess. Right, I might have to wrap that up for the Savo. Rain's getting heavier and I'm losing light, so we'll just call that the end of part one. I'll be back at this site first thing in the morning, bright and early, sunrise, and there's plenty to explore and more to find. Thanks for watching. We'll be back soon. Well, it's day two, as promised. I have returned. Bit overcast today, but no precipitation forecast, so that's all good. We'll do another couple of hours in here and see what we can come up with. I just made my first find, so I'll show that to you now. Here it is. It's not really treasure level sort of finds. It's just a bit of domestic, an old tube of something. I don't think it's toothpaste, a bit too small, but definitely a dwelling right here, because with that kind of discarded rubbish, we know that people were living right here. Okay, on we go. Well, I'm just working in this long grass with the little coil, and I've been rewarded. These poor people here mightn't have had much money, but they were a halfpenny worse off after this incident, because I just found a halfpenny. Like I said, was no expectation to find money in here, because I guess they would have been very frugal. This would be really interesting to see what this date was on this. It was an 83. Screaming signal. It's only an inch down. I'll give it a bush clean and we'll get a date. I'm really happy with that. That's a ripper. Okay, well there it is. It's a very grimy, and I've just managed to make the date out. 1943 kangaroo halfpenny, wartime coin, King George VI. Wow. Well, I haven't checked the hole. I wouldn't hope to suggest that there's more coins here, but no, that's great. It's quite a reward actually for being stomping around in this long wet grass. Awesome. I just got this piece. I think it's off a set of suspenders where they join on your back. I could be wrong, and probably am wrong, but I think that's what it's off. It was a highly conductive target. It's a nice piece of metal. I haven't cleaned it. I guess it's brass, or it could be some sort of alloy, but I think it's off a set of braces for your trousers. Well, there we go. Much to my surprise, I just found a ring. It was a 75 signal. I thought it might have been a coin. It's got a little stone setting in the top. It's not going to be gold with a target ID of 75. It may be silver. We'll give it a bush clean and see what we've got here. It's a lady's ring. Well, that would have been devastating to a lady out here living in this under corrugated iron with no money, and she's lost a ring. Okay, let's get it up close and see what we've got. Well, I've cleaned it as best I can out here. I'm not going to do it until I get home with the toothbrush. I was going to suggest it's brass with that target ID. It has been gilt at some stage, as you can see there. This is we've found these before in these older towns from the 1800s. So like Colleen actually found a brass gilt wedding ring, and this is a similar item, but it's got a stone setting, stone long gone. But look, I'll see if it's hallmarked. Probably not. It may be, but I would say that's going to date from the 20s or 30s. May just be a costume dress ring, but if there's any maker's name, I'll definitely subtitle it. Well, I'm really happy with that. That was a real surprise when that came out of the ground. Oh, it's just a beautiful morning in here. This is what I love about this hobby. You're adding in this kind of environment, fresh air, birds in the trees. And the funny thing, I just found that ring there, and this is the other thing I love about the hobby. You can always go back. I know, I recognise that tree there. I came through there yesterday. I detected a cross in front of us there yesterday. What, 6 metres from this spot? Only got a little coil. I mean, you could never find everything that's on a site. I mean, there's got to be heaps of stuff in here that hasn't been uncovered yet. So, always worth return visits to sites. And you never know what you're going to uncover in the next hole. Awesome. Well, this one was a solid 63, just lying under the leaf litter. Another old brass buckle. That roller end there, that'd definitely have a name, I suppose, that kind of detachment. But yeah, another little maybe ladies belt buckle. Well, I'm going to wrap it up there, everyone. I hope you enjoyed that little hunt. Quite an interesting old historic site from long ago, in a very different era, when people had no money and everyone was heavily impacted by the Great Depression, and there were no jobs and lines for employment and soup kitchens, all sorts of things. And of course, these families were just victims of that those times, living out here trying to raise their children out in the bush, on the fringes of society, I suppose. Anyway, we had some nice finds there. I'm pretty happy with that, and some little surprises there too, especially that ring this morning. But anyway, thanks for watching, everyone, and happy fossicking. Bye for now.